How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to Emnix Plays Path of Exile Scourge League. We are currently in Act 6, slowly just, going through the content, having a blast doing it. Admittedly, I will admit, I have gone full casual this league. I've been busy with personal stuff, and I won't get too far into it, but believe me when I say I have been having a blast in this game. And I am having a lot of fun. Unfortunately, I just don't have the time for it. And I know I say that every league, but if you haven't noticed, each league it just gets worse and worse. I just have less and less time. And we're to go in real casual. Someone pointed out, it's like, wow, you're really taking your time this league. Level 55. A day, we're a week in now, right? It's Friday. But that's fine. That's fine by me. At the end of the day, I'm still getting a good amount of gaming in.
When I'm ready.
In my terms, luckily, and I really say this with as much sincerity as I can, luckily, you guys have been enjoying the content, I hope. Even though maybe I haven't been uploading as much, I haven't been playing as much. Apparently there are a lot of people who are playing a Bane build. I've gotten multiple messages at this point. Hey, I'm also playing a Bane build, it's pretty fun. Interested to see what you do. I'm actually interested to see what you guys are doing. And we have multiple people in chat who are playing Bane as well. Which is good, because I'm glad I picked a build where I can just pick it up and go without having to dive too deep into investment and getting certain uniques to work or certain items, just to get the build going. I think that's one part that I'm kind of fortunate, because our build, it just works. It just works. Bane is a pretty good skill. Having it, being comboed with an occultist ascendancy, apparently it's good, and very lucky. I feel very lucky that we picked the right build. I mean, admittedly, there were people online. I watched the Subtractum video, and he was like, "Hey, I've done Bane many leagues, and it's solid. It's a solid build. You should try it." I watched that video, and at that point, I was like, "Yeah, okay." I was gonna go occultist anyways, because I wanted to do Arakali's Fang, but apparently Arakali's Fang is expensive to get going, like truly get going, to get a lot of good damage and stuff. And I've mentioned this before already. I think this league would be a good league where if I'm playing casually, maybe I do need a league starter where I can build up some currency, and then eventually I use that currency to sort of propel me into a second build. And it's good that I picked Bane, because if I'm going to be playing our Kali's Fang, I kind of wanted to play it as an occultist. I just wasn't sure, how I would build it specifically, what items I needed. It was a little bit more complicated than something like this, which is like, get Bane, get a 4-link, like a lot, in terms of leveling, your tree scales pretty nicely, for the most part, with the content you're doing. And what I mean by that is, like, there are some builds where you need certain things to really get it going, right? And off the top of my head, I can't think of one, because I don't have that much experience. But like, say you're playing an archer build of some sort, you need to find yourself a decent weapon in order to like truly get going in terms of like survivability and clear speed and all of that. With Bane, for the most part, it's like each point you pick up as you're pathing through these areas, they're all quite meaningful. There are some builds where it's like, Aura Stacker is a bad example, but like something that uses a lot of auras. It only truly gets going once you get enough mana reserve efficiency or mana effect and like maybe a decent weapon, like all of that stuff, right? Whereas this build, I would say it definitely scales nicely, because each level you get is pretty valuable. Each skill point actually means a lot towards your build. You know, each ascendancy point means a lot. Like, I can't wait to get my second ascendancy because it's going to be a huge boost to my damage. So those are the things, and that's what I mean by it's like, you know, this build is just like a really smooth leveling build. I guess that's the best way to describe it, right? It's smooth. Because you don't have any levels where you get all these points and they're for nothing. All of these points mean something to the build. A little bit more life, a little bit more damage, a little bit more mana, being able to like cast an additional curse. And I think that's sort of the hallmarks of a good leveling build. The fact that it is minimal investment, right? I mean, this league we really did pick truly like a leveling build. I didn't know it. I didn't really know it at the time. So that's why I'm like glad. I'm glad that I got super lucky. And it's not entirely luck too, right? Like there are guides online that's like, hey, you should try this skill. And I kind of knew that it'd be a good skill because, you know, and despite the fact that I never played it before, like not really, I have experienced it a few times, you know, like I've seen the skill, I've seen how it works, and I always did think like, hey, this could be a pretty good skill. I mean, these 4-link gloves, you could try corrupting it. It's not great. Life, lightning res. Nothing to write home about, admittedly. I'm still hoping for that +1 to chaos gem roll. That would be really nice. Other than that, I mean, I could do this. Which one do I prefer? Maybe this? Maybe? Oh, one sec, I'm getting a call. Alright, I'm back.
When I'm ready,
Man, I'm getting a crazy number of spam calls. I'm always that dude, is like... like, sometimes I see numbers I don't recognize, right? And like, the way my parents do it is... They see a number they don't recognize, and they do not pick up. Unless somebody calls twice. Like, if you call twice in a row, then they'll pick up. But otherwise, they'll never pick it up. I'm the opposite. I'm like, man, what if it's like the bank? You know, like even if it's a number I don't recognize, what if it's somebody? I don't know if that's the right mentality to have, but as a result, I get so many spam calls. And I think because I pick up these calls, they're like more inclined to call me. And like... Yeah, it's I don't know, man. I'm kind of tired of them. And it's like, you know, half of these calls are like, hey, we're here to clean your air ducts. How many bedrooms do you have? And it's like, I live in an apartment, dude. No, you don't live in an apartment, you liar. I was like, what the fuck? How many people get air duct spam calls? Is that a thing? Is that a Canadian thing? The number of times they've asked me, hey, do you want your air ducts cleaned? At this point, I just think of it as like a disgusting joke. And it always follows the same sets of questions. Hey, you know, we're whatever air duct cleaners. How many bedrooms do you have? And then like I always mess with them, right? I live in a I just pretend to live in an apartment. I'm like, I don't know, like my place is like 50 bedrooms. Maybe more per floor? How many floors does your house have? Well, you know, like 60. And at that point, they're like, sir, go fuck yourself. I'm like, okay. But I'm so tired of these calls, man. I get multiple of them a day. Sometimes I get like multiple an hour. I need to stop picking them up, but sometimes I don't know what it is. Is it FOMO? I mean, sometimes they're actually like from a doctor, right? Like, I just can't tell if I'm getting a call from somebody that I need to actually be picking it up from, or if I'm getting a spam call. But yeah, it's starting to actually become a problem. They call so often. Oh my god! All right, guys. You know, defense. I was staring at that unique item. I thought, ooh, shiny, and I died. Like that was my fault, right? That was my fault for dying like that. But here's what I will say. Um, I
When
want
I'm
a
ready,
character where
and not
even if
before.
I'm staring at the ground, falling asleep, you know, like trying to decide whether I want to pick up a penny or not, I don't get killed like that. I don't want to build where I just randomly get killed like that. And we need to think of our of different ways of trying to mitigate that kind of damage. Now, I already know the answer to how to mitigate it. I know the answer. The answer is we probably invest a little bit more into evasion and suppression. Get a little bit more life. I think our life values are actually pretty good. I don't think it's the life that's the problem.
Too
I think it's
much
the fact that
clutter.
I don't have enough mitigation. In fact, I would argue I probably have zero mitigation, and I got hit by lightning there. Right? That was a lightning laser. I have 27% lightning resistance. Like, normally when you're dying like this, you can probably figure out why. Like, I know why. It's just that the solution for it is a little bit out in the horizon. It's not immediately available to me. Unless I made some drastic changes, right? And what I mean by that is, like, suppression and evasion, I need to get more aura, what was it, mana reservation efficiency, so I can run Grace. I suppose what I could do is I could drop Malevolence, and then I could immediately run Grace. But that means losing damage. Who wants to lose damage? Oh, what? You kidding me?
King, his time has almost come.
It's my precious damage. I'm not dropping my damage. Those are my rights. Those are my freedoms. That's what it means to be an American. I'm not American, but you know what I mean? No way. No way, Jose. I want my damage. I want to be able to one-tap things. I'm not one-tapping them, but they're dying very quickly. So yeah, as a result, I just need to level up. I just need to get more levels. Just get good, kid. You know? That's what I have to do. That's where I would get my defenses. I want to pick up Grace, you know? Once I get Grace, maybe I pick up a little bit more suppression. All of that good stuff. Let's go sell. And really, I need to upgrade out of my chest armor. That I recognize. I mean, I'm keeping it because it's a 4-link, but do I really need a 4-link? There's nothing socketed in there. Right? What's this? Energy shield, chaos res, chaos damage over time. Chaos ignore interruptions from stuns. Honestly, at this point in time, I don't think I have room for cluster gems. Like, I'm focusing on so much other stuff. I'll put it there for now. I'm assuming by the time I'm ready for cluster jewels, I'm like, ooh, I'm already I would already have a better cluster jewel. So I feel like I should just sell this actually. Okay, I'm saying ooh to this because it has a lot of life, some resistance, some mana. But oh man, our lightning resistance it gets even worse. Do I want this? Do I want this? I feel like I do. The life is nice. How much life do I get? That's a lot. 130 life? Like, here's what I'm trying to balance for my defenses. How can I get the most of the combined life and resistances, right? Like, If I lose resistance, I better get enough life to compensate for it. And I feel like this is a good amount of life. And you know what I'm gonna do? Here's how I will try to mitigate it a little bit. I'm gonna try to maybe benchcraft some resistance. Maybe that's what I'll do. Yeah, okay. Let's give it a try. Let's talk to Tarkleer. I think he has a skill book, right? Yes, please. The more passive skill points we can get, the better. Okay, so, let's go this way, get the evasion nodes, and then I could get reduced grace mana reservation efficiency. And then I can get some more damage later. Honestly, damage doesn't look that bad. I know I'm joking around like, oh, you know, I don't want to drop Malevolence. And like, I don't want to drop Malevolence, and also I don't even have the colors for it. For Grace, that is.
Ready and not before.
Let's try crafting lightning resistance on here. Cost an alk. That's a little expensive, but fine. Nonetheless, I'll take it. Wow, I don't have... Everything's corrupted. Okay. Well, we got 40% lightning resistance. It's not the greatest, but it'll have to do for now. Can I level... Oh my god, we're gonna drop the staff.
Let me tell your future.
And then we'll just go find some items to put in our alternate. So we can level some gems on our secondary set of slots. I don't need much. I just need a couple 3 sockets with, I guess, like different colors. It doesn't need to be all blue. Wouldn't mind some reds and greens and so on. Primarily greens. I actually want a lot of green sockets. I hope I actually have enough dexterity to level green gems.
Calls to you from beyond
167. It's not much.
horizon.
I really like, by the way, I really like the fact that currency is now dropping in bundles. Like, actually do not mind it at all. And I think it's an improvement. Even though I'm like seeing small currencies less often, I feel like it's a good thing. Although I feel like we'll really notice it from like map content, such as like incursions, or is that map content? Like league content, right? Incursions or like legions, basically stuff where things drop at once at the end of the encounter or something. What's a good example? Breaches? Incursion is the best example, really. It's like you get all your drops all at once when you're done with the incursion. Like Delve? Actually, Delve would be pretty good now that everything drops at once. I might actually think about doing Delves again. Oh man, that laser really is insane. I feel like whoever is playing Spectres this league, they're gonna have a lot of fun.
Ready and not before.
I mean, obviously you need to like playing summoners in the first place, but strong boxes could be good. Make strong boxes good again. Look at that. Wait, an individual scroll of wisdom just dropped. Scam much? Okay, hollowed life. Got a defensive flask there. We're actually getting a lot of Chaos Orbs today. That's pretty cool. I feel like we got like, look at that, 2 Chaos Orbs just in this zone. Hey, that's a lot considering the fact that I might not have any Chaos right now. Maybe just 1 or 2. Alright, where am I going? Beacon, beacon. I need to go somewhere down here, maybe? Alright, note to self. If you see a 3 socket on the floor, just pick up the darn thing. I need a 3 socket. Doesn't have to be a 3 link, it just needs to be 3 socket. And preferably one-handed. Alright, where's this precise pale angel? Alright, I have to keep a lookout for those things, because I wonder if you can only summon those specters while you are in Krangleverse. Hey, that would be good. That's a 3-colored one. Crafting recipe. Life and mana, rank 2, okay. Okay, we're gonna put this in the back. Alright, now we're just gonna push this thing. Let's just chill. I guess we can activate Krangleverse. That sentry thing actually disappears. That's kind of funny. Maybe what'll happen is it doesn't actually disappear, it just stays in its place and I get rewound to that spot. You think that'll happen? Or will the sentry totem... Oh, no, yeah, it never went back. It just stayed there. That's pretty cool. That means your instance is actually saved. Or whatever you had at that point in time. Everything in that zone is saved.
When I'm ready and not before.
That's neat. I'm getting another call. I will bet you anything. I will bet you anything it's a scam call. Hold on. Yep. I died, by the way. I died picking up that call. I died for a spam call. I am so upset. Okay. It is what it is. Oh, we got an extra socket there. Maybe if I crangle it again, I'll get another socket. By the way, this thing's actually decent. Reduce global defenses. Huh. 61 life. That's less life. 9. Never mind. This thing sucks. Well, I'll crangle it again. Hopefully it turns into something cool. What's this? Socketed melee gems? I picked it up. I saw gems on the side. I was hoping it would have been chaos gems, but okay, whatever. Over here, let's level Grace. Punishment. I'm gonna need that. And for the blue, let's do Raise Spectre. Alright. And now I need a green and a red. I'm sure I can just pick up something off the ground. That'll work. There we go. Multi-strike. Avoid manipulation. Emnix, why are you leveling multi-strike? Bane does not use multi-strike. What the heck is going on? I'm leveling gems for my spiders. I figure at some point I'm gonna switch over, and at that point I probably want level 20 gems. So I might as well start early. We're making late game moves in the early game. You know, it's like investing. You start early. And then you like benefit from the compound interest. Although in this case we wouldn't, because it assumes that you benefit from it now, and then you use those benefits to grow your investments into more benefits and so on and so forth. Hey, this thing stays here? That's kind of cool if you die. It didn't move. It's interesting. But, you know, like, we can't, even if we got a level 20 multi-strike, we can't do anything with it right now.
When I'm ready and not before.
Either way, might as well get it done. Because what I don't want to do is I make the switch, right? Or I want to try and make the switch to Arakali Spiders, and I realize that I don't have any support gems because they're all level 1. That would suck. That would suck a lot.
Too much clutter.
Sanctified life flasks. Do I want better life flasks? Well, actually, picking up life flasks as I level up is actually beneficial, right? Because you can actually have like tiers of life rolls now, or life flask rolls now. So like potentially, even if I have like the highest tiered life flask, for example, as I level up, and as I go into like higher level zones and maps and so on, I actually want to be upgrading my flasks because you could actually potentially get higher rolls on them. I need to keep that in mind because it wasn't like that before, right? All right, let's keep going. How much time do we have? We've been playing for 26 minutes. Okay. Not too bad. We're about to finish Act 6. Alright. I mean, honestly, aside from the fact that our resistances are a little poo-poo and we have no defenses, like, progression is pretty smooth. And it sounds bad, right? It sounds bad when you phrase it like that. Aside from the fact that we, like, basically die all the time, and we have, or aside from the fact that we have zero defenses whatsoever,
When I'm ready and not before.
things are going pretty well. It's like, dude, you have no defenses. How is that going well? Like, but we're not dying too much, you know? Like, we have no defenses, so we have to, like, make our own manual defense. And what I mean by that is we just have to dodge the attacks and play keep away from these guys. It sucks in some ways, because it's like, I can't just run in a straight line and bulldoze through everything around me. Which is sort of... In some cases, that might be the appeal of this game. Oh! The appeal of this game, right? Just being able to just friggin' run through everything and blow it all up. And in other ways, it's like maybe this is the way the game is supposed to be played, where you actually have to be careful. But I don't know, this feels like fake difficulty, because if we had evasion, we would be doing really well. And that's what I mean, like if we had some defenses, we would be ripping through this game right now. Or at least through these zones. Our damage is just really good. Deal 11% of your maximum life as fire damage to nearby enemies when hit. That is such a cool implicit. Like, I'm not... That's really cool. And not only that, I might switch to this. I might use this chest for a bit. It has really good resistances. Yeah, it gets us up to 75 to everything. We can toss Malevolence and Void Sphere here, and we're still good in terms of sockets. I'm not upset. I'm not upset. This will work. Why would I be upset, by the way? Like, I guess that's a more important question. Why did I even say that? You know, when I say I'm not upset, it implies that there's a chance I would be upset. I wouldn't be upset by getting better items. It's no. Even if they weren't upgrades, I wouldn't get upset about it. It's bro, it's just a game.
This one is captured. I now will take it.
You know, there's one thing that I really dislike. I don't know, I wouldn't say it's with regards to the community, but it's like with regards to gamer mentality, right? Which is like the way some people describe it is like, you know, this game is not respecting my time. Like, you hear that a lot, right? This game doesn't respect my time. I don't have that much time, and this game just does not respect it. It expects me to grind so much in order to like get anything good. And like, there is a good balance between that in terms of one end of the spectrum is like, let's just say it, let's just call it what it is. Like, the game doesn't respect your time, which is like, no matter how much time I put into it, the game, like, I don't get the items that I need, right? To be honest, I think the end of the spectrum is like, you spend a whole bunch of time grinding for something, and then in order for it to actually be usable for you or to be like good, there's like an 80% chance that it breaks. So like, as an example, one I can think of, like, you know, like MMO games, a lot of like the older MMOs were like that, where it's like, if you want it to be actually usable, it needed to be like, I don't know, +6. And then +1, it has like a 5% chance to break, like completely brick. And then +2, it has a 20% chance to just like get deleted off your inventory. And then at +6, it's like 90, you only have a 10% chance of succeeding, and then 90% of the time, it'll just delete itself. So it's like, wow, I spent like, I don't know, 50 hours grinding out this item, and then by the time I try to get it to like something good, you literally delete the item. This game does not respect my time. It's like, sure. And then you have the other end of the spectrum, which is like, no matter, I can put in as little as much time as I want. Like, you know, like the game just like automatically drops all these items for me, and there's no grind involved whatsoever. Like, you just get everything you need, right? What's an example of something like that? I don't know. Like a shooter. Like a shooter. Is there a grind there? I guess you're grinding for rank, but you get all the guns, you know? I think that's those are all bad examples. Like an RPG where, you know, basically you don't need to grind at all. I actually think Path of Exile is maybe somewhere in the middle, well, above average in terms of the grind. Like, this is a game about loot. And like, that's the part that grinds my gears. Grinding gear games, man. That grinds my gears a little bit. People talking about how like some items are impossible to get, blah blah blah. And it's like, well, you know, the whole point of the game is to just grind as much as you can, right? I think when it was last league, when so many people were upset about like the harvest nerfs, because it's like, I should be able to get all these cool items, but I don't. The game doesn't respect my time, and it's like, well, you shouldn't be able to get the best items possible, even if it takes a long time.
And not before.
Like, those were supposed to be like aspirations. I don't know. Sometimes it gets to me. It's like, how can you say the game doesn't respect your time and you're not having fun, and yet you're putting in like an ungodly amount of time? And if you're a Path of Exile player, you're probably putting an ungodly amount of time into the game.
Born of ocean's mire.
I basically, last league, I like clocked out. I just checked out. Not clocked out. I checked out of like watching any content. Normally I don't watch much anyways, but all these like, there were all these drama videos being put up on YouTube about like how the state of the game is so much worse, blah blah blah, you know, and yet they're still playing the game. What I do understand is like, for content creators, maybe it wasn't as good. Like, it messed with content creators' ability to like make a whole bunch of builds in a single league, because now you actually had to like spend more time to do stuff. but or at the time you did. This league, I don't know what this league is like. You know, I mean, I'm still not in maps yet, but so far I'm having a good time, right?
Farewell.
I mean, things changed a lot this league. I think the stuff that changed is more like it revolved around like your builds changing. You know what I mean? All right, we killed the boss, by the way. If you didn't notice, we killed the boss. It was easy. Like I said, this is a smooth build. And as a result, it gives me the liberty to just talk about whatever's been bothering me. Whatever's on my mind, you know? We're having one of those episodes. We're just talking.
Fare you well.
Be well.
I mean, hey, look, we're in Act 7. Things are going smoothly. I attribute a lot of it to this helmet that we picked up. I would, you know, I don't know if it's the best helmet out there. Like I said, I don't watch too many videos. I don't watch too many guides. I don't know how people necessarily level up. But if you want to level up with Bane or any spell, really, I would say any spell, take a look at Honor Home. +2 to levels is a big deal for spells. And I'm enjoying it a lot. You know, the damage is great.
Stay true to
Our
you.
defenses, again, not so great. But at least I have 75 to all resistances again. After Kitava corrupted us, it really did a, you know, it made a dent in my resistances. But I mean, we're back to 75% all resistance. Now I just need to work on evasion a little bit. Having 21 evasion on a build where you would hope to get evasion is not a good look. So that's probably what I'm going to be working on next episode. And we're not far away from that. 3 more levels and I'll be picking up. Grace has 25% increased mana reservation efficiency. Hopefully it won't end up costing us much mana. And if it still costs too much, we can still pick up the nodes down here, which increases our mana reservation efficiency by quite a bit. So I'm gonna probably be picking up this cluster here, then I'll go to this cluster, and then maybe I'll grab the chaos damage if I can fit in the aura. If not, what I'll do is I'll go down here. I refunded 2 points because I was going down here towards Ghost Dance. I'm like, what's the point of Ghost Dance if I have no evasion? But I'll come back down here and I'll pick up the mana nodes. And then that'll give me Clarity has increased mana reservation efficiency. And if that's still not enough, I'm going to grab the life node somewhere over here. And then I'll get Vitality has increased mana reservation efficiency. I'm putting a lot of my skill points into mana reservation, but I just want to have enough to be able to support 4 auras. Clarity, Vitality, Malevolence, Grace. We're gonna have to see. It'd be nice if I could reduce this one a little bit more, but I mean, maybe I could fit it. Once I get 25% on Grace, maybe I can. Because Malevolence takes 40%. And these are flat mana, so if I can just get a little bit more mana, maybe it'll be okay. Anyways, we'll have to see. How long is this episode? It's been 38 minutes? Honestly, guys, I was gonna end it right here.
Go make his
But I'm having such a good time. Let's go a little bit further. Maybe another like 5 to 10 minutes. I do need to go make dinner in a bit.
When I'm ready and not
And that's like
before.
the one thing that stops me from like streaming for long hours. It's like I have there's always something in the middle that I gotta do. I gotta go make dinner. The day is still nice out. I should probably go out and take a walk before it gets too dark. You know, stuff like that. Trying to live like that healthy lifestyle. I'm trying to be an adult. Why is it so hard being an adult, guys? At some point, I don't know if this point is like everybody reaches this point. I'm assuming everyone does, okay? Because I did. At some point, you realize that you just can't sit there playing PC games all day. You know? There's other stuff to do. You gotta clean the house. I have a painting project that I need to do, and I don't mean like painting on cabinets. I mean I'm painting my house. And oh man, that's gonna be an endeavor. Not only that, it's like I'm gonna be doing it on my own. It's gonna be a lot of work. So I don't know. I don't like.
Everything dies.
I mentioned it at the beginning of this episode. Things have been going casual. Like I truly mean it. We've been going more and more casual, or I have been. I keep saying we. I have been going like more and more casual over the leagues. Not because I'm unhappy with the game or anything like that. I'm having a fantastic time. Every league start is always fun. I never have anything bad to say about league starts, with the exception of that one league start where everybody kept disconnecting and I just didn't bother to play. What was that? Ultimatum? That was a bad league start. But other than that, I'm always having a good time at the beginning of every league. It's always nice to see new content. And Path of Exile, it's one of those games that changes so much between leagues. That's the one thing I never really have anything bad to say. Even when the league itself is kind of meh, it's like, well, 4 months later, we could get something cooler. Like, maybe I'm just not crazy about this league content, but that doesn't mean I'll be disappointed by the next one, right? Okay, I don't need this stuff. I'm picking up gems that I don't even care about. Level 19 faster casting, you can see a case being made. Hey, Emnix, you might want that. Faster casting could be good, and you don't have to level it anymore. Level 19? Not bad. Alright, we leveled up again. So let's pick up a little bit more evasion. We have a Scourge point.
When I'm ready, and not before.
Adding an explicit modifier. Do I want the Exalt Orb? I suppose it wouldn't hurt. I suppose it wouldn't hurt. Although stabilizing energy seems better. I don't know. Let's take stabilizing energy instead. Alright, how do I get in here? There we go. Alright, we got the silver locket. Let's get the waypoint for the next zone. And then maybe then we can call the episode. I actually need to go to the grocery store before I make dinner. There were some key ingredients that I forgot. Luckily, I have a grocery store nearby. But I probably need to do that first. Now you can tell I really have nothing to talk about. has been like nothing happened today, you know? I went to work, I'm done work, and I played for like, what was it now? 43 minutes? You know, I'm gonna go to the grocery store, get some stuff, make dinner, and then maybe I'll play a little bit more. Otherwise, I got, you know, my wife's been watching not The Last of Us. This Is Us. The Last of Us is completely different. And you know, I've been watching a little bit of it on the side. Dude, I've gone full casual, man. Full casual. And before I wasn't even that hardcore, but now it's like, I always said that I was like a casual player, but ironically, right? Like, I'm a casual player. I get in 4 or 5 hours of PoE a day. Which one do I want to do here? Honestly, I don't want to do either. Let's do the lightning one.
Let's go.
Alright, let's see how we do with regards to time trial content. Are we actually okay? Or does our clear suck? It doesn't seem bad. It's not great, admittedly. Like, I think I'm gonna run out of time here. And this is such a low zone. How am I running out of time? Maybe I was just running it too slow. I think I have the damage for it. Yeah, I do have the damage for it. I was just running it too
When
slow.
I'm ready and not before.
Okay, at least I know that like in these zones I can complete incursions, which means I don't have to skip them.
Good job, Exile.
Because normally what happens is my damage is so bad and my clear is so bad at this point in the game that I basically just skip all of the clear content. So incursions I don't even bother. Like I can't get the key, I can't get the bosses killed, can't get the doors open, you know, like it's just a whole lot of nothing. So what's the point of doing it? And sometimes I just die, right? Doesn't look to be the case here, so that's a sign we got a decent build going. Alright, here I am trying to like play more, just hanging around the waypoint trying to play more, but I think we should call it right here. We ended up completing Act 6, we are now in Act 7. Gear looks pretty good. Let's start upping our defenses and then we'll go from there. Thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, as always, you can leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more updates in the future. Otherwise, keep in touch, guys. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.